Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum, how are you all? I hope you are well. Welcome back my channel in this new video. Today's is video. So let's straight. Emotional detachment from someone is one of the most challenging experiences we can face in our personal lives. Whether it's a breakup, the end of a friendship, or a distancing from a toxic person, letting go of emotional attachment is often easier said than done. Emotions, especially love, attachment, or deep friendship, can cloud our judgment and make it difficult to move forward. However, ancient Stoic philosophy offers profound insights and practical tools that can help us achieve emotional detachment in a healthy, rational way. The Stoics believed that the ultimate goal of life is to live in harmony with nature and reason. To do this, they emphasized the importance of mastering our emotions, practicing self-control, and cultivating a mindset that focuses on what we can control. Emotions, while natural, can often overpower our ability to think clearly, and it is through the practice of Stoic principles that we can develop the resilience necessary to emotionally detach from someone in a healthy manner. Here are 6 Stoic rules that can guide you in emotionally detaching from someone. 1. Acknowledge what you can and cannot control. One of the first steps in emotional detachment is recognizing the things you can control, and, just as importantly, the things you cannot. According to Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, it is vital to focus only on what is within your control. When we are emotionally attached to someone, we often feel as though we are at the mercy of their actions or feelings. We might feel the urge to change their behavior, seek their approval, or get them to return our affections. The Stoics would remind us that the only thing we can control is our own thoughts, actions, and reactions. We cannot control the thoughts, feelings, or behavior of others, no matter how hard we try. By acknowledging what is beyond our control, we can release the need for external validation and emotional dependency. This realization is liberating. It frees us from the burden of trying to change others and allows us to focus on taking responsibility for our own emotional state. When you focus on the things you can control, your actions, reactions, and responses, you are no longer held hostage by your emotional attachment to someone else. 2. Practice negative visualization. Negative visualization is a Stoic practice that involves imagining worst-case scenarios, not as a way to dwell in negativity, but as a way to prepare ourselves for the inevitable changes and losses that life brings. The Stoics understood that life is full of uncertainty, and people we are attached to may not always be in our lives forever. To detach emotionally from someone, it's important to recognize that their presence in your life may not be permanent. Whether due to a breakup, drift, or other circumstances, people change and relationships evolve. Negative visualization helps you prepare for this emotional shift by mentally rehearsing the potential loss of that person from your life. Instead of waiting for the inevitable emotional pain to hit you suddenly, you can build resilience by accepting the possibility in advance. This doesn't mean being pessimistic. It simply means understanding that attachment to any person can create vulnerability. By mentally preparing yourself for the potential loss, you reduce the emotional impact of the detachment when it happens. You also begin to see that life goes on, and you will have the strength to move forward. Key Stoic insight. 3. Focus on internal strength. The Stoics taught that our inner strength, our character and virtue, is what should define us, not our external relationships or possessions. In the context of emotional detachment, this means focusing on building your own emotional resilience and fortitude, rather than relying on someone else to provide your sense of self-worth or happiness. When we are emotionally attached to someone, we often derive a sense of validation or identity from that relationship. We may feel incomplete without that person, or feel as though their affection is necessary for our happiness. However, the Stoics argue that true fulfillment and peace come from within. To practice emotional detachment, it's essential to turn inward and cultivate your inner strength. Spend time reflecting on your values, passions, and interests that are independent of the other person. Engage in activities that nurture your sense of self-worth and pride, such as personal hobbies, work, physical exercise, or learning new skills. By focusing on your own growth, you create a strong internal foundation that is not dependent on anyone else. 4. Embrace impermanence and change. Stoicism emphasizes the impermanence of life. Nothing, including relationships, stays the same forever. The nature of all things is to change, and accepting this truth is a powerful way to detach emotionally from someone. Understanding that all relationships are transient can help you accept the emotional detachment process as a natural part of life. In relationships, we often resist change because we want things to stay the same. However, change is inevitable, and by resisting it, we only cause ourselves unnecessary suffering. When you embrace the impermanence of all things, whether it's a romantic rel, 5. Shift your perspective on attachment. The Stoics believe that our attachments to people, possessions, or outcomes can lead to suffering. They taught that it is not the people or circumstances themselves that cause pain, but our attachment to them. When we are attached to someone, we often set ourselves up for disappointment because we give up part of our emotional stability to that person. To emotionally detach, shift your perspective on what attachment means. Instead of seeing attachment as an essential or positive force, recognize it as something that ties you to the external world and creates vulnerability. In a healthy relationship, it's possible to care deeply for someone without allowing them to control your emotional state. The Stoics encouraged us to focus on our own growth and happiness, rather than seeking it from external sources. Instead of seeing attachment as a necessity, you can see it as a gift, one that can be cherished but not relied upon. When you release the expectation that someone else is responsible for your happiness, you reclaim your own emotional freedom. 6. Seek wisdom from others. While Stoicism encourages self-reliance, it also emphasizes the importance of learning from others, especially from those who have experienced similar challenges. When it comes to emotional detachment, seeking the wisdom of those who have faced similar struggles can offer valuable insights and guidance. There is a rich tradition of wisdom in Stoic philosophy, and many Stoic texts, such as those written by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, offer practical advice on dealing with emotional pain and attachment. These texts can help you gain a broader perspective and see that others have faced similar emotional struggles and survived them. They remind us that we are not alone in our experiences. Additionally, seeking support from trusted friends, mentors, or counselors can help you gain clarity and encouragement during the process of emotional detachment. The Stoics believed in the importance of community and the shared pursuit of wisdom. By seeking counsel from those who have wisdom, you can learn to detach more effectively. Conclusion. Emotional detachment is a process that requires patience, self-awareness, and resilience. The Stoic rules presented here offer a roadmap for achieving this detachment by focusing on what is within your control, preparing for change, and shifting your perspective on attachment. By practicing these principles, you can cultivate emotional resilience and maintain your peace, even when relationships evolve or end. Ultimately, the Stoic approach to emotional detachment is not about shutting off your emotions or avoiding connection with others. Rather, it is about developing a mindset that allows you to remain steady and composed regardless of external circumstances. With time and practice, these Stoic rules can help you navigate the complexities of relationships with greater emotional freedom and strength.